okay?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. My husband's straight. Yes.
Thank you.
You look gorgeous. Okay, so let's open up. Okay. Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Devorah and this is Kosher Casual. Today I have a very special guest. Her name is Ellen. Hi Ellen.
Hi Devorah, I'm so glad to be here.
We are going to hear some very interesting things from Ellen. I've just been talking to her off camera and she's going to share with her new venture, her podcast, and what it's all about. So let me introduce you to Ellen. Ellen, first of all, start from where you're from, where you obviously live in Israel, but where do you come from?
Well, I made Aliyah 10 years ago from Malden, Massachusetts, and I've been privileged to live in Beit Shemesh, Baruch Hashem, for 10 years now.
Wow, very nice.
I'm a wife, a mother of 4. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm a runner.
Yeah, so you're a registered nurse. Do you actually practice it here in Israel?
I do. I work for ImaCare. I'm a care manager for them, and I run health clinics for students in seminaries and yeshivas, and I have private patients around the city as well.
Very nice. Now the running, how do you fit this into your life, the running? Because I do exercise, I do Pilates, but I kind of do it, because I have to keep up for my health. So I'm forced, and sometimes I don't feel like doing it. So when you say you're a runner, how do you just get up in the morning and do you do it in the morning?
So I actually do it in the morning. I used to be in a running club that was in the evening, and it was challenging for me.
Right.
I find it's best for me to just get up and go. I generally start running between 6:30 and 7 in the mornings. I run between 5 and 6 times a week. I run 5 kilometers. Most days, like 3 or 4 times a week, I run 5 kilometers. Once a week, I do a mid-run, like 6.5 kilometers. And one day I do a long run. I'm preparing for the amazing Beit Shemesh road race coming up next month. And I'm preparing for the 10K for that. So I do 8 to 9, working up towards being really comfortable with 10 by trying to get to Bezrat Hashem to 11 before the race comes. And for those of you who are local, you should really look into this. It is a fundraiser for the Benjamin Children's Library.
It's a great thing every year.
Yes, the Benjamin Children's Library is a gem in the city, and this race is so fun. There's people pushing baby carriages. Right. I even saw somebody once pushing a wheelchair. You see Chayalim in uniform with the flag running, and you see everybody you ever met in this beautiful city all running or walking.
It is a beautiful thing. I think I signed up once for it. But something happened and I couldn't do it. And
you've still got time, Devorah. You've got another 5 weeks until this year's.
I know. So why running? What do you get out of it? And you obviously love it. So
I'm gonna shock you. I don't love it, but I like it, and it does such good things for me. And I see that it's important to do it, even sometimes when I don't love it.
Right.
And I think, but it is amazing for me to see myself as a strong woman, somebody who, sometimes you put on Waze and it says, it's 8 kilometers to get to your destination. Oh my gosh, I can run that. I ran that last week. It's an incredible feeling to know that. I'm sort of an unlikely person to ever be any kind of athlete, never, especially a runner. I grew up with asthma before there was good asthma medicines. I had scoliosis surgery when I was 13, and I have 10 fused vertebrae. And then in my one time trying to be an athlete as an adult, I did karate in a parent-child class with my kids, and my daughter and I, we got to the level we were testing for black belt. My sister was doing it with us. It was incredible. And then during a bad flying sidekick, I tore my ACL ligament in my knee and needed surgery. So the fact that I can run is a total bracha from Hashem, and I don't take it for granted any day.
So were you active as a child growing up?
No, because I had the asthma, and I learned don't run because it will make you wheeze, you feel terrible. I'm not going to say a reluctant athlete, but an unusual. It should inspire anyone, because if I can get out there and run, I'm not going to say everyone can do it, but more people that think they can't might be able to do it.
Right.
Just go slowly.
I've heard a saying, the hardest bit of a workout is putting your shoes on.
Oh, yes, getting out of bed and fighting that Yetzer Hara. It's so there. Especially, I tell myself, I don't make any choices. That first half a kilometer, my job is just to put one foot in front of the other, because the Yetzer Hara is so there saying, you should go home. Why don't you go back to bed? You can talk with your husband more. I think you might need to go to the bathroom. Hey, have you eaten breakfast yet? It's just unbelievable, the negativity that comes pouring down. And I try to maybe argue with it might be the right way. I make sure that when I go out, the first things I try to do are say, thank you Hashem that I can stand, thank you Hashem that I can walk, and thank you Hashem that I can run, and thank you Hashem that I can do it all in Eretz Yisrael. I don't take any of those things for granted.
Right, so it's a lot of gratitude, and it's just getting into that state of mind, and you reap all the benefits after.
Yes, at the end of that, after that.
It's not just staying healthy or losing weight, it's the strength that you get from it.
And my whole outlook for that day is so much more positive, so much better. And even just from the one little thing, they're like, hey, wow, I'm done with exercising for the day. Oh my gosh, the alarm didn't even go off in my house and I'm done with exercising. That feels amazing.
You get the high.
Everything after that is like gravy for the day. It's wonderful.
And do you think having the nursing background, do you think that helped you knowing that there's like all these benefits?
Yeah, I feel like I've definitely worked with too many people over the years who don't understand the benefit that exercise gives us. And especially when I look at the generation right now, like my mother's generation, who never knew the benefits of exercise. Like my mother was an early adapter to yoga, which was wonderful for flexibility, but she didn't do any cardiovascular work. She didn't do any like walking for strength. Even she didn't do any strength work at all. And it's hard for her now. In fact, one of the things I do when I go out to exercise is I always daven that my mother, Risha Devorah Bas Penina, should have her refuah shlema, Chaim arukim v'tovim. She should be well and have a good life.
Okay, all right. So the real reason why I invited Ellen along today was her new venture, which is a podcast, and she has already, episode 1 is already out, and I listened to it, and it's great. You should definitely, we'll give you all the details of how to sign up and where to listen. But the reason behind it, it's called Frum Woman in Motion. So obviously her running, it's inspired her to open this podcast. So I want to ask you, where did you were you just running one day and you just thought, you know what, I want to share this with the world, let's do a podcast? Or how did it come about?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it for a long time, like maybe close to about 8 months. Every time I run, I've been thinking about this, that it's really what I want to share with the world. So Frum Women in Motion, it's a new podcast for observant Jewish women who exercise or who want to exercise. And sometimes we just feel like it's another thing on that endlessly long to-do list.
Definitely. We always put ourselves at the back burner. And it is kind of like the airplane with the oxygen mask. Yes. We really need to put that on first to save the kids, So we need to make more awareness of why exercise or just a simple walk outside, just motion. In motion is important.
That's it.
Yeah.
So Frum Women in Motion, it's the new podcast for observant Jewish women who exercise or who want to exercise, but sometimes find it's just another thing on that endlessly long to-do list. And the concept is that when we can get closer to the best version of ourselves through movement, and that same way we can get closer to Hashem. Because when we build physical strength, we build spiritual strength as well.
So do you feel I know that I've done walking when I lived actually was brought up in Scotland, I'm from the United Kingdom, but I did live in Montreal for 11 years. My husband, long story. But anyway, I walked every morning because I had diabetes when I had my 4 children. I had gestational diabetes. I'm diabetic now, but in those days I had diabetes. So I tried to build up some exercise. So I was walking in the morning, and that was when I did my best thinking, was in the morning.
Yes, so true.
I seem to solve things when I was walking. So what are you doing when you're running? You're listening to music? shiuros, or are you just
I actually
talking with Hashem?
I started out listening to shiurim, then I went to music, and then about a year and a half ago, I stopped, and there's this concept of like running free without your music and just
Right.
having you and Hashem.
Right.
And I've actually heard it in secular podcasts where they recommend it. And Rabbi Kellerman, in one of his recent podcasts, he said he recommended this group of rabbis on the run, and he said
Oh,
the
wow.
best thing that you can do is just take that time. None of us feel like we have this time, but if
Right.
you exercise and you do it without music and you do it without shiurim, and it's just you and Hashem,
Right.
you have that time.
Yes, that's true.
It's amazing. It's really amazing.
And do you feel that you, since you've been doing this, you're getting a much closer relationship, and that's why you're
Yeah, for sure. It is so.
recommending it to everybody?
It builds on each other. Like everybody, just try. Just go for a walk, like you were saying, Deborah. And you did it in Montreal, where the weather is terrible.
Yeah, I
like
did
that's
it in
really.
the icy mornings in the winter.
Okay, so you have to have the proper clothing and the
Yes, yes.
hence kosher casual.
Yeah.
Just try it, and you will likely really enjoy it and want to keep going on it. It's so important.
Okay, so for the listeners and watchers, the viewers who are getting very inspired at this moment, how do they start? How do they start? Like, do they start baby steps? Do they just start running? What? Give them some tips on how to start. They're ready now. They wanna get out there.
So I think the main thing is think about what do you want to do, and it might involve trying a bunch of things. You know, like go to Pilates, see does that agree with you? Like see what, but also don't put too many hurdles in front of you. Find out what's local, what you can do, what fits your finances, what
Right.
fits your the time that you have. Like for me, running was terrific, because all you need is a pair of proper sneakers, and if you're religious, you need like the skirt that works
Yeah, we're
with
gonna
you.
get into that.
I remember
Yeah.
when I first started running, I tried to run in a prairie skirt, like an ankle-length prairie skirt. The fact that I didn't fall on my face was a blessing, because I very nearly did. So I kept
Yes.
working to find what was the skirt that would be good for this.
Yeah.
But definitely take baby steps. If you think running is going to be your thing, you need to do something like walk for 2 minutes, run for 20 seconds, then walk for 2 minutes, run for 20 seconds. Something like, do not say, I have a friend who said, you know, I think running is just not for me. I ran a half a kilometer and then I had to walk for 2 kilometers. It was too hard for me.
Right.
And I said, the problem is that you tried to run half a kilometer at once. That's not what we're aiming for.
Yeah.
Just little bits in the middle. You know, that's how you can do it.
Or
just
even
small
if
spurts.
you start, because when I started walking, I was really, this was after I gave birth and I had to lose weight and I wanted to try and not become diabetic. So the doctor recommended, she was also actually a runner, and she had 4 kids at that time, and she said to me, if I can get up in the morning, you can do it with 1 baby. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Making me feel so bad. But anyway, I walked around the block and I was exhausted after that. So the next day I just walked half the block. I walked like half the time and came back, and then just kept doing that until I felt it was easy, and then did the block.
That's the way
And
to
I just
do it.
built it
Yes.
up until
Yes.
I actually did fast walking. I didn't do running, but I did fast walking, and I was running like up to fast walking up to like 45 minutes in the morning. So it was,
Yeah.
and I did it as I said through the winter and the ice and the rain and people would stop me and say, I see you every morning, and I felt really good, you know. But obviously life gets in the way and you kind of get out of it and you have to get back into it. And then we came here, and you know, all
And now you
life.
do Pilates.
Now I do
Like, good for you.
Pilates.
Like,
Yeah.
not everything is the same
Right.
type of exercise for every stage of your life. Like
Right.
you need to change. Also, it keeps it interesting.
As
for
long
us.
as you're moving.
Yes.
As long as you're moving, and
Yes.
that's why I think you know you're saying
From
Frum
women in motion,
motion.
just whatever you
just
do,
dancing,
just do
even
something.
dancing.
Yes, dancing is wonderful.
Dancing, you can dance. You don't have to go anywhere to dance. You can do it in your living room by yourself while you're doing your vacuuming or whatever. You know, you just
Yeah.
yeah.
I used to, when my kids were younger, I used to say at the park, I said I wanted to make a park workout for new moms that you could do a squat while you're pushing them on the swing. Just have really
Right.
good position while you're doing. Just be mindful about what
And
you're
they have
doing.
these great. I don't know about you, but when I had small babies, they never had those strollers that for runners.
Yeah, no,
They have
we
them
didn't
now.
have those either.
No, I mean they're fantastic. There's
Yeah.
just no excuses for like a young mom in one of those strollers, and you take your baby, and the baby loves it too, I'm sure. But okay, so let's go to the early days, like you were talking about your prairie skirt. You're a Frum woman. You're exercising outside. You need to be covered. That's a challenge in itself.
That is
so
a
how
challenge
did you?
in itself.
Because that could put a lot of people off too. Like, how am I going to run in a skirt? People are going to look at me and think I'm weird. So, how did you fix that?
So I think you have to figure out what works for you. So Kosher Casual has this women's sports skirt with the attached leggings to the skirts.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to really see what works. I tend to, once you start participating in races, you get these t-shirts. Most of them are t-shirts, unfortunately, so
Right.
if you cover your elbows, you have a problem. You can get sleeveys from Kosher Casual.
Yes. Actually, sleeveys, a lot of marathon runners, even men, believe it or not,
yes.
come in and get our sleeveys because they want to start off with the sleeves, and then they eventually like discard them. But the women come in and they get them for their sports shirts.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
if you, like, runners for Team Yachad in the Jerusalem Marathon last year, they gave them sleeveys. Every
Yeah.
single person got Yachad sleeveys.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's so
Superb.
cool.
It's perfect. Yeah.
So I think you need to, like, see what really works for you. Like, it didn't take me long to realize that running in a prairie skirt was just idiotic. That was
Right.
clearly not the way to do it. I didn't really have any role models for what would work
Right.
back then. So I kept trying. In the end, I wear stockings, I wear ankle length socks, I wear 40 den stockings, actually wear kind of thick stockings. I wear a skirt to my knees with knee-length leggings underneath, and I wear a long sleeve shirt. It's interesting, I used to wear this, it's just a Hanes dry fit shirt. I used to wear with a t-shirt over it, but without trying, I see over the years that I've been running, I've lost about 20 pounds, and now the shirts don't feel tight, and I can just wear them as is. And yeah, it's fun. I have my race t-shirts that when I need to feel extra oomph, I pull out from the Jerusalem, where I ran the Dead Sea Half Marathon in 2024. So I pull that out and put it on, but I always want to, I feel like, oh, now I feel like I have to live up to that. Like, oh gosh, I can't just be like, as I call it, turtling along. I have to like really be, I have to put a little oomph into it.
Right. Because I guess people are looking at you also because you do look a little different. Like your guest on your first podcast, she was talking about her early days as well.
Yes.
But she kind of also didn't really have a role model.
Right, there were so few women. I
Right.
interviewed Sarah Wisman, who's been running for about 20-25 years.
Yeah.
And she talks about in the early days, there were really no others, like going to the Tiberias Marathon, and there were something like 20 other women who were running. And nowadays, that would be like 200 or even 700 or 800 women who are running. It's just unbelievable how
Right.
running has exploded. And it's great, it just gives us more options, you know?
Yes. So to get started, you need a good pair of running shoes, a Kosher Casual skirt with the leggings, which we're actually going to give one away. So we're going to do that. And just a top and a hat. And
Yes, the hat is really important. Actually, I wear a good tichel, and one of my favorites actually is from Kosher Casual, because I got one that's like fluorescent green,
Right.
and
I
I
used to
wear
make these,
and I
yes.
wear it at night when I'm running. So it's like another layer. Most of what I'm wearing is black, but I feel like this is a way that cars can see me more easily.
Yeah.
And of course, I wear the fluorescent strips I put on my belt pack, and but
Right.
I love this, that I feel like it's, first of all, it's super comfortable, and second of all, it's nice and safe for me. So
Right.
thanks, appreciate
Oh,
it.
you're welcome. So Ellen and I have decided to give you a start, a winning start, and someone lucky out there is going to win a sports skirt with the leggings attached. You can apply from anywhere because we'll just send it straight from here, from Israel. Or if you are in Israel, you can come into our store and try it on. But we want to do a competition for one of you lucky ladies. Instagram called.
It's called From Women in Motion.
Very easy. And ours, of course, is Kosher Casual. So we are going to post on these accounts. I'll put it here down at the bottom somewhere. And you just go there, give them a follow. And we're going to post what you have to do to enter. Very, very easy. And then we'll announce the winner maybe a few weeks. We'll give you a couple of weeks to enter, and then we'll announce the winner on our both of our Instagrams. So so look out for that. Don't forget to go to those both accounts and follow us there. And don't forget also to follow us here on YouTube as well, because we are trying to get to that magic 1,000 followers on our YouTube. We're trying to build it up. We bring here modest fashion tips, just everything about modest fashion, and of course wonderful guests as well.
Thank you so much,
Ellen,
for
thank you so much for coming in down here. I mean, we are in Bet Shemesh, but whereabouts? Are you in Ramat Bet Shemesh?
I'm in Ramat Bet Shemesh.
Which is a little bit, it's a drive. It's a drive, but thank you so much for coming down.
But it's okay.
She could run it.
I didn't want to show up sweaty.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
That's
but
right.
thank you for the opportunity to help spread the message about Frum Women in Motion, and I'm so glad we're going to help give away a sports skirt with the attached leggings to somebody to help them on their journey.
Amazing.
This is terrific.
Now, where can they catch the podcast?
Anywhere on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, just search Frum Women in Motion, F-R-U-M, Women in Motion, and thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for coming in.
I really appreciate it. It was fun.
We will be, as I said, posting all the information on our Instagram, or both our Instagrams, very shortly, so stay tuned for that. All right, thank you so much, and have a great day. Thank you. Bye, everybody.